The only sound in the room was the distant hum of a ceiling fan, which turned slowly and rhythmically, reflecting the gravity of the situation. Sitting in a rigid wooden chair, Kody Brown's posture seemed surprisingly comfortable, but his jaw's strain betrayed him. A council of elders stood across from him, their faces solemn and disapproving. It seemed as though the past itself was attempting to recapture him as candles flickered around them, creating shadows that extended over the walls. Finally, one senior, a man with a thick brow and thinning silver hair, spoke. The elder remarked, "Kody, you are standing at a crossroads," in a calm, thoughtful voice. "The brethren are concerned about what you have done in recent months. Obedience and observance of the covenant form the cornerstone of our faith." Kody leaned back in his chair and grinned. "Compliance? You're referring to control." There was a hardness behind the lightness of his voice. "You are not my boss. I have no one to answer to." The elders whispered to one another. Sitting in the rear of the room, Janelle's hands were folded in her lap, her fingers tensing under the pressure of the situation. Although she had before witnessed Kody defying authority, this time it wasn't out of pride. Kody was at the end of his rope. "Hey friends, welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up." "Kody," added another elder, his tone tinged with finality, "you reject the very principles that built your family if you reject the church's authority." Kody's smile remained unwavering. He got up and adjusted his jacket. "I created my family, not the church." Then, leaving a startled hush behind him, he turned and left. A few hours later, he was sitting in his office, setting up a live stream with his face illuminated by the glow of his laptop screen. Before he clicked, his cursor briefly lingered over the Go Live button. Almost immediately, thousands of spectators flooded in. "I'm done pretending," he stated in a firm voice. "The church is powerless over me. Nobody gives me advice on how to manage my family." Reactions ranging from shock and fury to support and bewilderment erupted in the comment area. Janelle, who was in another room watching on her phone, let out a slow breath. After this, nothing would be the same. The ground was soft under Janelle's feet as she stood at the edge of her land. The terrain in front of her was wild, undeveloped, and brimming with potential. She briefly closed her eyes and listened to the sound of the wind rustling the parched grass. She owned this farm. Months ago, in the quiet places where doubt typically creeps in, the vision had taken root in her thoughts. Years had passed while she waited for Kody to construct their ideal home, for financial decisions to make sense, and for authorization to pursue her own goals. She had had enough of waiting. Kneeling, she raked her fingers across the dirt. Whispering, "This is it," she said. From their most recent quarrel, she could still hear Kody's voice. He had hardly looked up from his phone when he asked, "Why are you wasting time on this?" "Janelle, it's not feasible. We must concentrate on what we now have, what we now possess. A strained marriage, a broken family, and a complicated financial situation." She no longer waited for his blessing. The first few weeks were difficult because of zoning concerns, doubtful children, and unforeseen costs. On some evenings, she sat with fatigue weighing her down on the tiny porch of the makeshift trailer she had parked on the property. Christine then gave a call. Christine's voice was warm as she said, "You're doing something amazing. Don't let him make you feel small." Wiping the dirt from her hands, Janelle grinned. "I refuse to. I own this. At last, something that is exclusively mine." A recognizable truck thundered up the gravel lane one afternoon. With his hands on his hips and his gaze looking about, Kody walked outside. "You can't do this without me," he remarked in a haughty tone. Janelle cocked her head, her face glowing golden in the sunlight. She said, "Watch me," and returned to her job. There was silence in the house. Too silent. Mary was sitting by herself in her dark living room, looking through old pictures on her phone. Her fingertips lingered on a picture from years ago of her and Kody laughing together, their arms encircling one another. When everything was genuine, or when she believed that they were. More than ever, the loneliness weighed down on her. She rubbed her temples and put down the phone. How do you deal with the loss of a long-dead marriage? She discovered Kody in the kitchen the following morning, standing at the counter with a half-eaten piece of toast in one hand and his phone in the other. When she entered, he hardly looked up. Her words, "We need to talk." He gently chewed another bite before turning to face her. "About what?" Mary pushed down the lump in her throat with a forceful swallow. "Do you even care anymore?" Kody put down his toast and sighed. "Mary, what do you want me to say? Both of us are aware of where this is headed." This time, the pain in her chest was different. The agony wasn't oppressive. It felt liberating. The divorce papers were strewn out in front of her as she sat at the dining table that evening. She signed her name with a strong grip despite the pen feeling heavy in her hand. After taking a deep breath, she folded the papers and set them on the table. After that, she went to the front door, got her coat, and stepped outside into the refreshing night air. She was walking towards something instead of away for the first time in years. All across the surface. Her stomach churned as she entered figures into a calculator and saw that the totals were again insufficient. In search of answers, she retrieved another file and flipped through the bank statements. The figures were off. "Where is all the money going, Kody?" Frustration rising to the surface, she whispered. She picked up her phone and dialed Christine, her heart racing. "Something isn't right," she remarked quietly. "He's been moving money around without telling us." She confronted him later, that evening in front of reality TV cameras. In her hand, she clutched the financial documents until her knuckles grew white. "You used our family's money to fund your new house with Robin, didn't you?" Kody's face remained unchanged. He said, "I made decisions that were best for everyone," with ease. Janelle laughed sharply and without humor. "Kody, no. You made the finest choices for yourself." There was a thick quiet in the room. The cameras continued to record. Kody Brown was unable to argue himself out of the reality for the first time in his life. Recently, Sister Wives star Christine Brown debunked allegations about her relationship with David Woolley in a funny video that she shared on Instagram. She and her ex-husband, Kody Brown, were polygamous for more than 25 years. She tried to make her multiple marriages work, but she never got the affection she deserved. In the end, Christine moved on from Kody to David. Following several months of courtship, Christine and David tied the knot in October 2023. Christine recently posted a video on social media to address and refute any unfavorable rumors regarding her strong and healthy marriage to David. However, some fans noticed that Christine has been domineering in the relationship, which led to conjecture that David is a pushover for mindlessly obeying her orders. In a video she shared online with the headline, "When I read that David and I are not happy," she included images of the couple cuddling. "I'm always surprised with what I read about myself," Christine stated with the video, assuring Sister Wives fans that she and David are happy together. Christine was right to deny unfavorable allegations about her marriage to David. In her prior relationship with Kody, she encountered numerous difficulties. She therefore exercised great caution before dating David and only chose to wed him after realizing he was her true love. Christine doesn't want her wonderful marriage to be threatened by baseless rumors. Because she married David too quickly, she doesn't want internet users to assume that she is unhappy in her marriage. Her primary objective is to reassure others that she made the correct choice in selecting David. Christine has previously talked about her positive relationship with David on social media. In a previous video, she praised her new marriage and explained how she won by taking a risk and never looking back. However, Christine's frequent updates about her relationship with David are unpleasant to some admirers. Her incessant demand for approval gives the impression that she is attempting to project an image of superiority over Janelle and Mary Brown, Kody's other ex-wives. Social media users have criticized her for this conduct, with some believing that she might be lying about how happy she is. Christine enjoys making fun of her detractors, particularly those who disseminate untruths about her. She and David are doing well, as seen by her most recent post. Christine laughs off the unfavorable allegations because she isn't concerned about her relationship. Christine wouldn't have laughed at the rumors if she was genuinely dissatisfied with David. She would have avoided embarrassment by refusing to speak to them instead. As of right now, it appears that the Sister Wives star and David have a solid relationship, and she can only hope that things will keep going well for her going forward. Sister Wives star Kody Brown is well known for showing off his expensive David Yurman jewelry, and the styles he has selected may reveal something about his relationships with Robin Brown, his present wife, and Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown, his ex-girlfriends. Kody has been showcasing his style on-screen for years, using familiar items like pastel dress shirts and a brown leather bomber jacket. However, he adds fashionable finishing touches by wearing tough and expensive David Yurman jewelry, such as a shield pendant and a bold pinky ring. Based on what some sources have written about the jewelry style he has chosen and the symbols on those pieces, Kody's designs may have deeper meanings. There have been a lot of high-drama events in Sister Wives Season 19. Kody isn't really sure what to do with his land in Coyote Pass at the moment. Mary and Janelle, his ex-partners who still own property, no longer believe in him. Since he owns 97% of Coyote Pass, he believes he has the final say in decisions. This irritates people. As shown above in a Reddit post by GIR Girl, Kody has worn a piece of exquisite jewelry, the David Yurman necklace, on screen. Bold and eye-catching is the shimmering lapis lazuli design with a silver border. With its sturdy sterling silver chain, it's a striking piece. It's possible that Kody chose the design without understanding what shields usually represent. It is possible, though, that he does see the shield as a sign of strength. Shields, according to marketing partners, mean it's intriguing because Kody has had to go far in adjusting to life as a former polygamist. Some families find that plural marriage works, although it can be challenging to balance the needs of so many individuals. He has been candid about the dangers. He favored his wife, Robin, and 3 of his spouses left him. Kody's traditional marriage is preferable since it is more truthful, but his relationships with his previous partners are still there despite their frayed state. He has discussed his problems with these women. Kody previously claimed that he felt compelled to conceal his romantic tension with Robin in order to avoid upsetting Mary. But he never concealed his affections for Robin. Even if those women were aware that Robin was his favorite, keeping them hidden might have backfired by giving them false hope. But even with the children he has with other ex-partners, Kody has been embroiled in arguments. And when it comes to defending Robin, he does exemplify the principle of no retreat, no surrender. Kody categorically declared that he would never cut off Robin in order to strengthen his bonds with his children. Even though he had the option to modify his mind, his comments were quite forceful. Kody has a new ring that is difficult to miss. It's a bold David Yurman design. Christine says something startling before he switches his traditional claddagh band. All the brides had rings like that. According to the TLC at Facebook video above, Christine said that when Kody and Robin took the diamonds out of her wedding bands, they melted them down. In order for Robin to become Kody's legal wife, Mary had to grant his request for a divorce. There's a lot of drama here, and it might have had some significance when Kody switched his ring. It's not the kind of ring that disappears on a hand, thanks to its wide band. It's really unique, and Kody might have intended for it to be a statement piece. Maybe it was an indication of a shift in his perspective, a more obvious dedication to Robin alone. After decades of multiple marriages, the couple was destined to become monogamous. Their marriage is very important to them both. Kody is a romantic, even though only he knows the true meaning of his new ring, and he wouldn't reveal it to Mary if it had any special meaning on screen. Kody is more of a dreamer with Robin. His 4th wife is now his lone spouse, and he has rhapsodized about her. Because of this, he may have switched rings to highlight how his life was changing and how Robin was now his primary focus. Robin has a matching design, which was disclosed when Mary asked Kody about the ring. She didn't flaunt her ring online, though. While Mary and Kody played guessing games, she kept it to herself. Before buying their rings, the two might have exchanged passionate remarks while trying them on. Perhaps Kody gave Robin her ring, or the other way around. Robin is very much loved by Sister Wives star Kody, who has gone to great lengths to maintain his relationship with her. For instance, he will never, even for his children, dishonor her, as was previously said. They must acknowledge that Robin is his queen and embrace their relationship as it is. He has also gushed about her on film, discussing their romance, love life, and other topics. The rings might warm Kody's heart, and the shield might give him the strength to battle. It's true that Sister Wives is frequently a battlefield, and Kody has had to persevere. He will battle for Sister Wives Robin Brown, despite their imperfect marriage, and that type of devotion is priceless. Don't worry, Christine Brown and her spouse are still content. The Sister Wives actress denied rumors that she and her husband, David Woolley, were having marital issues. She married Woolley in 2023 following her split from former partner Kody Brown. Christine posted a video of herself smiling and posing on Instagram on February 12th, along with the caption, "When I read that David and I are not happy." The couple appeared to put breakup rumors to bed, as the photo was followed by a number of brief videos and pictures of them laughing and smiling together. Christine, who has children with Kody including Aspen, 29, Michael T, 28, Paydon, 26, Gwendolyn, 23, Isabel, 21, and Truly, 14, further emphasized her point by assuring her followers in the post's description that everything is well. The reality star wrote, "Every time I read something about myself, I'm shocked. Don't worry, we are extremely happy." Christine recently revealed that her spiritual marriage to Kody which ended in 2021 after 27 years, still keeps her up at night. I do have a lot of dreams and nightmares, all kinds of ones where we're living together in the same house again, she said during the February 2nd episode of her TLC series, adding that she occasionally wakes up in a panic. Despite this, the 52-year-old is still enjoying wedded bliss with David, 61. I'm like, where is David? She continued. In this whole situation, where is David? Why have I remarried Kody? I have no idea how this is taking place. Christine described how she handles the undesirable nightmares in a confessional. It's difficult, she remarked. I don't want to go back in time. Would you do it all over again? People ask. My response is, I'm just moving on, so I won't be answering that question. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Meri Brown. However, Meri said in the September 15th premiere that he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh Meri, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us," alluding to their 2018 relocation. Like he led me to believe those things. This is what he's done for many, many years. Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want, and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because he added, "I'm like, why would I do this?" when he began to work on things. I would not court and date her now. In any case, when Meri finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They're like, "Okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you. And it's about damn time," she admitted. "Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away," she says, implying that he had been trying to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die, years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robin Brown, his surviving wife, "I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it and then just start again somewhere else." "I can't talk about that," she said in reference to Robin. "That is so not where I'm at." Janelle Brown, the second wife, had previously informed E! News, "We just kind of started to grow apart." But in the end, she left because of Kody's shortcomings as a parent to several of their children. The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children, and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Kody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. "I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids," she stated. "No, I'm going to always choose my kids." That was Kody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. "I don't fit in the family anymore," he complained in the episode that aired on September 15th. Dayton Brown, Aurora Brown, Brianna Brown, Solomon Brown, and Ariella Brown are the 5 children he and Robin are raising together. He added, "And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent. And so I'm like, what do I do with all of this? It doesn't feel like a family. We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage," Robin admitted in the season 19 premiere, even though they were being totally monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. "It's been tough between us. He doesn't know who to blame, himself or one of the other wives. Kody's feeling a lot of rejection, and so I think he's kind of looking at me going, are you going to reject me too?" The worst thing, she summarized, was that there's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces. As a result, she disclosed, "I'm on my toes. I'm having to consistently make sure that he is not sabotaging our relationship." As Kody shared, "I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey dude, I love you." Kody was experiencing a crisis of confidence. Seeing her former sister wives enjoy their new era was difficult for Robin. "They're all moving on," she said on the episode that aired on October 27th. "I feel like the idiot that got left behind." To the list of children Kody isn't currently seeing, add Madison, Janelle's oldest daughter. During the premiere, Janelle clarified, "I am aware that Maddie has not spoken to her father. He's not called, she's not called him, and she doesn't have any relationship with Robin. She's pretty much written them both off." Cody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22nd episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Brush, whose sister was married to Cody's brother. Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme, Janelle continued, since Kody has not been calling or coming to see. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic, that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him. Robin added that she has been pushing Kody to make amends, but she also stated, "I think the kids should be doing the same thing too." Kody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, "It was a fish for gossip and I got tired of it." He was alluding to the fact that he never loved me and he felt like he had to marry me. Mary revealed in a conversation with her friend Brandy during the September 15th premiere, while they were celebrating their 32nd anniversary. "Kody," I told him, "I know you loved me." In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. Why would a single young man choose to marry a single young woman and simply declare and compel love for her when he didn't feel any feelings for her? "How cruel is that?" she questioned. "I chose you to attempt to force myself to love for the next 32 years, he said, picking me out of a crowd. In his own confessional, Kody responded, "Oh, Mary has her little allegations now. All right, she is free to say whatever she wants. I will refrain from commenting on it." He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. During the October 20th show, he argued, "This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage. And how would I know that? Because my relationships with Robin, Christine, and Janelle were so much better." Even though he acknowledged that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, he remained because he was afraid, saying, "Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives." "I think I'm going to have to lawyer up," Janelle admitted to former sister-wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, "because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him." Janelle stated that step one was paying off the Arizona property, even though she wasn't sure if she wanted to build on Coyote Pass or just sell it off. Without a valid marriage to Kody, Janelle admitted, "I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Cody's property." In her own words, "It's not like I'm just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person. No, there isn't a legal marriage, which makes things quite difficult." Kody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. "We will pay off the property when the time comes," he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, "And I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family." In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. "He leaks like a sieve," she said. "He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that." The family used to put all of their money into one pot back when their love was still growing rather than shrinking. On the September 22nd show, Janelle stated, "Up until the last 10 or so years, that's how it always worked. We would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person. Suddenly, it's about my estate, even though everyone needs their own estate." They all helped to purchase Robin's $1.65 million 5-bedroom house in Arizona when she needed a place to live. It was put up for sale this past August. According to Robin, the idea was that it would be a benefit to the family. However, when Janelle proposed that they all put their names on the mortgage, she was rejected. Kody was like, No, we need to protect Robin's estate," Janelle recalled. "Therefore, now that she is leaving the family, she would like her share of the Coyote Pass proceeds, and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robin's house. However, it can be difficult to sell. We were working together for so long," Robin said, and Robin continued, "It's like, how do you calculate?" After Janelle claimed she owed them money. "How do you calculate that? It's really perplexing." Kody Brown's enormous ego has been bruised by Sister Wives fans after they saw how expensive his cameos are. The ex-polygamist is on the website where fans can pay to have their favorite celebrities give them shout-outs. They were, however, astounded at what he charged in comparison to the other actors. What does he believe his value is, then? Kody Brown has believed he was hot stuff from the start. By the time Sister Wives started in 2010, he had 3 wives and was pursuing a 4th. Being one man in multiple marriages was the cool aspect of his life, but things started to slowly come apart around him. He lost wives as the years passed, and the Browns began to change and grow. Christine Brown Woolley, his third wife, was the first to depart. She was the one who reared the children and seemed to be the most devoted and faithful to him. She left in 2021, however, after realizing her value and what she desired from a marriage. Janelle Brown, her second wife, was left behind. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.